Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to tonight's special 1v1 featuring on the orange team, Winnie, Hardstuck Plateau, and Catsup on the blue corner. Wait, that was a shit intro. Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to today's special 1v1 featuring Brandon and Catsup, the two rising Siege players who have just back-to-back diamond ranks. Like you wouldn't believe their stats. Catsup has gone against Cyvere, and believe it or not, he actually, I can't remember, he might have, yeah, we're just going to say that he won against Cyvere. It was a pretty close game because, you know, Cyvere is a really skillful player, but still, we're gonna give the dub to Catsup on this one. Brandon is choosing Warden and Catsup is choosing Jackal. Jackal, a crutch operator. This should be interesting considering that the map is Presidential Plane. Okay, so one of the attackers has discovered the location of the bomb. We're right now tracking Catsup's drone, which for some reason is hiding from Brandon, even though Brandon knows how to wallbang drones instantly because he is a pro player. Breaking the barricade, he is waiting for a spawn peek. I'm spamming every single button on my keyboard because I have no idea what to press. Oh, okay, here we go. So we got Brandon's POV. Catsup is spawning in soon. He changed his operator to Amaru for some reason, even though Amaru is absolutely ineffective. He's probably changing to Amaru because of her LMG. As we know, most people play Amaru for her LMG because, you know, the LMGs are just the new meta in this game, and because they're absolute dog shit players. Not saying Catsup is a bad player, but that is just factual for anybody who relies on LMGs. So Brandon is just being absolutely confused. He is looking the opposite way of where Catsup is right now. Catsup is spamming in chat, trying to antagonize Brandon, but we all know Brandon is not so fooled. He's not going to let his mental guard down. He is ready. He is ready to one-tap Catsup as soon as he comes waddling into the objective. Switching. And unfortunately, Catsup has purposefully jumped off of a very high platform and injured himself, resulting in Brandon winning the first defense round. Still relying on trying to get inside Brandon's head in text chat, even though Brandon is probably not even reading it. He is probably listening to some Juice WRLD music, so we're just going to assume that Brandon is not reading chat. Alright, he broke down the barricade again, so he's probably going to try and go for another spawn peek, but Catsup is going to be ready for it. Catsup is going to be looking up there with his weapon aimed in the location of where Brandon is about to come through. Alright, he's waiting. He is waiting for Catsup to go in the right spot, and here he pounces, he peeks, but unfortunately Catsup is on the opposite side of the map. Catsup must have a plan, otherwise why would he be going in this direction? Now that explosion has alerted Brandon, so he knows exactly where Catsup is, staring up at the hatch, which may be broken if Catsup does use his special gun. Alright, Catsup is using the broken hatch as a distraction. He most likely will go down these stairs and try and rotate over to the objective. Brandon is going to be spamming through luggage, pre-firing everything. So is Catsup. Oh, that was tight. He has weakened Brandon. And Catsup has gotten the dub against Brandon. That was very unexpected. You can see the C4 hit Catsup right in the face. Interesting. Brandon is going Doc, probably going to use the MP5 to spawn peek, although this objective is different, but he will get the chance to spawn peek again. However, Catsup might have the upper hand. Timer is counting down. Brandon is ready to spawn peek. Let's see if he gets it.
defuse a bomb. Defender is exposed.
No sign of Catsup. He's on the opposite he's on the opposite entry. Close headshot. Nearly wall banging Catsup. Breaking the barricade. Catsup made drone. Alright, he's set. He's droning. He put a claymore there just in case Brandon runs out, which I highly doubt he's going to be doing that. A little bit of pre-firing here and there. Okay, Catsup is weakening. He's at 40 health. Oh, what Catsup will do might just win him the game if he plays his cards right. If he can just get a little bit more aggressive and unpredictable, he might just be able to do this. Wait, is unpredictable even a word? And unfortunately, he does not check all of his corners, and he is clapped once again by the reigning champion and also hard stuck plat 2. Catsup has chosen 0, but I do not think he chose 0 for the intel. I think he chose 0 for the MP3. Again, Catsup is not spawning in that area. He gets tagged a little bit by Castle. Same situation that unfolded last round. They are in the same exact predicament, trying to wallbang each other, which has not really worked. Catsup thinks he's around that corner, and Catsup gets the dub against Brandon. Surprisingly, they are neck and neck at the moment. Brandon is yet again trying the spawn peek. He knows Catsup is behind that truck. Or does he? Oh, he assumes Catsup is going to be appearing from across on the other side of the airplane. Little does he know, Catsup was where he was looking in the first place. Let's see what Catsup's doing. Catsup is droning out the area, making sure Brandon is nowhere to be found. Catsup pre-firing around where Brandon should be, because the objective is located right there. It's going up the hatch, but little does he know, Brandon... Catsup killed Brandon. Catsup taking the lead, 3-2. Absolutely dominating over Brandon. Got some BM in the chat. Pick it up, Brandon. Brandon going Thunderbird. Now this should be serious. Brandon again is going for the spawn peaks. Looking out to see the trucks. Little does he know, Catsup is over there. He was literally right in front of Catsup.
Defender has been discovered.
And Catsup again with the reverse spawn peak. That is incredible how he was able to harness all of his reaction time and speed and power and accuracy and divert it just like a cannon, diverted right in Brandon's direction, taking out Brandon so gracefully. Now I've seen Brandon go a Rooney before, and he's really good with the Rooney. He knows how to snap to heads. He knows how to use her correctly where, you know, he can pre-fire things. You know, he just knows how to use the operator. He harnesses the ability. Catsup throwing a grenade, thinking that is going to kill Brandon. Little does he know, Brandon is in the other objective and not in plain sight. He's peeking the windows. He knows where Brandon is because his drone is right under Brandon's ass. Brandon is going to peek Catsup, but Catsup he just already knows because he's using the drone to provide him that intelligence, that information. That's just it's you know, if more players could just harness the in-game mechanics and what you're given, you could just you could rank up so easily, because players like that, you know, they may not know that you have a drone on them, but if it's well hidden, you know, but it provides a significant advantage. Like especially yellow ping on top of actually having two cameras, that is just remarkable. Like, it gives the players such an opportunity to have it easier. And not just that, you can use the drones in so many different tactics. Like, I use the drones when I'm trying to bait people. You know, I toss it around the corner. They're too busy trying to shoot the drone because they got Cyvere aim. Meanwhile, I'm over here all fucking Chris Godley swinging it, quick peeking it, and I just take off their heads and they just collapse to the ground, and all you see is a stinky, smelly, tainted hologram. Brandon lagging a little. Hopefully that lag does not make it difficult to kill Catsup. Catsup is holding the corner of where Brandon may be coming back to, but it seems like Brandon is going to drop the hatch, try and pounce on Catsup. However, it seems that Catsup is already a step ahead of him. And there... Oh, wait. Okay, we're just going to ignore everything I said. I thought Osa was Catsup, and I thought Aruni was Brandon. Okay, that's my bad. Oh no, I'm so... Still 4-4, so Catsup will have plenty of opportunities to stay on par with Brandon and try to win. Catsup giving Brandon the encouragement he needs, because Brandon may not stand a chance against Catsup playing Aruni. However, Catsup is not going to be able to spawn peek, because that spawn peek will be easily countered by a Cali from yards and yards away, so I suggest that he does not spawn peek. Brandon's going to go on this platform so he gets a better view of the plane. However, I don't think Brandon knows where the objective is. He may, but I don't know if he droned it out. So far, Brandon does not see Catsup at all, so he's going to rotate back around, enter the plane, make it to the objective, and hopefully being unscathed. Catsup is just chilling in his environment, behind the seats. Brandon is absolutely tryharding. Wow, using a drone and everything, even though his track record would say otherwise, that he would just not need to do it. It seems Brandon using his drone is a bit overkill, because, like, you know, he obviously has more skill than Casley, there's no doubt about that, but the fact that you would be yards away from the plane and keep using your drone to give you an advantage, even though you still have an advantage, like, it doesn't really make any sense to me. So now he's going to climb the ladder, he's going to enter the plane, and he's going to be face to face with Catsup. However, he does not know where Catsup is, so Catsup might even be on the stairs, but he doesn't even bother to look on the stairs because he knows that Catsup is in the OBJ. I don't know how he knows that. He probably saw him on the drone. However, I didn't see Brandon look at Catsup while using his drone, so Brandon probably just heard Catsup. Oh, Brandon just got half of his health away, and there is the Cali headshot from Brandon, absolutely beheading Catsup. And Catsup is just going in on Brandon with the caps button on deck. Holy freaking golly gosh darn, guys, this guy is not playing. This guy's not playing. He's got Brandon in all caps. Snipers are OP. He's accusing Brandon of maulding. That says it all. Catsup is just off the rails today. He just can't believe that Brandon was able to kill him using a Cali, which requires a lot of skill to use. I mean, anybody who is a Cali main and frags out with Callie, might as well just join FaZe at this point, because that's how much skill it
Attackers have
takes
located a
to
bomb.
use that operator, especially in a 1v1 where
10 seconds to
the
insertion.
pressure's high, you got anxiety, your levels of
5 seconds
cortisol
left
are
before
rising.
Bomb
You know, it's
located by
it's
attackers.
fight or flight at this point, and you
Attackers
just
objective
you just whip out the Callie. Catsup should not be walking towards windows if Brandon has a Callie. That's one thing he should not do. I do not advise peeking windows, and there's a Callie, a bloodthirsty Callie out there and he is going to go out and try and pre-fire Brandon, but Brandon is not there. Brandon is actually chilling yeah, about a mile away, trying to see if he can get Catsup through the windows, but Catsup is not going to peek that again. I mean, he shouldn't, because that would be very risky. He is already taunting Brandon in the chat again, trying to get in Brandon's head, but I do not think it is working. Still checking around the OBG, but there is no sign of Mr. McBalls. So he's going to have to jog right over to the plane, still keeping his eye on those run-out spots. Still making sure Catsup doesn't have a chance to kill him from those spots. He's currently counting all the stairs to make sure he doesn't trip. He's looking at the sky, looking behind him in case Catsup pounces around. He's looking behind him again to make sure that Catsup doesn't use his superhuman speed to go around Brandon and and just pants him. Like, because that'd be very embarrassing. Like, let's be real. Like, nobody wants to get pantsed in a 1v1 and see. Like, that's the last thing that you want to do. Like, dude, hit me with the C4, slap me across the face, you know, knock me out with a Rooney's arm, but just don't pants me in Siege. That is one thing I will not stand for. In fact, I will go as far as to go Monty, because I am so scared of that happening. However, Brandon has not been pantsed, so that is a good thing. He is shooting holes, trying to get a better idea of where Catsup might be. He knows where Catsup is because Catsup just shot. And there is the second headshot to close out this round against Catsup. Spelling Brandon wrong, you know that Catsup is just sick and tired of losing. I mean, the score says it all. Brandon is in the lead by 2 rounds, and Catsup has failed to kill him 2 times. They are going the same operators again. But will there be a
Attackers need to
different
locate and defuse
outcome?
bombs.
That is the question we are all wondering. Catsup staring at a blank TV. Weak or no signal represents Catsup's Wi-Fi at home. Still typing in chat, still trying to get in Brandon's head. However, it is still failing. Hits him with the who, the when, another who, another when, just flinging him towards Brandon, and there is the did I ask. That must have been a shockwave coming out of the plane. That probably disabled Brandon's drone. He probably has only one drone. Alright, Catsup is going to go for the spawn peak, and unfortunately, he hits the wrong fire truck. Now he's going to rotate all the way back here, open up the hatch, going to try and pounce on Brandon if he hears him. Now let's see what Brandon is doing. Let's switch back to Brandon. Alright, he's still droning like an absolute sweat. Alright, prone sweating. Literally, like, moisture just dripping down his legs. I mean, he's gonna make one of those chalk outlines in the crime scene. That'll be Brandon, except it'll be with sweat. For real, that is how bad Brandon is sweating. I can't believe he hasn't increased the humidity in this map by 99%. Still droning in every single OBJ, trying to figure out where Catsup is, but Catsup is right above each objective, ready to just drop on Brandon and give him an old. And unfortunately, Brandon is way too quick for Catsup, and he is going to take the dub once again. 3 dubs in a row. And that closes off the first game.